Welcome back to another episode of The Farmer Was Replaced. This is episode 10 and maybe even the last one, because we will get the full release of the game on 10th of October 2025, which is pretty soon. And also we're kinda almost done. Those are mainly functional stuff, not like stuff we can plant. We can't unlock it yet. We could see what auto unlock exactly is. Yeah, let's do that. What is this? To fully automate the game, yes, you can use that, and you can unlock those automatically, so you can basically write scripts that will complete the game in one go. Which is cool, but we won't need that, as this is probably the last episode, and we're just gonna bother with mazes, which I already unlocked last time, but we need a weird substance, which we now, let's see if we farm weird substance right now, and which we now can farm. No, we need more bones. Which is also a good point, because we can expand our farm with more bones. So let's see. Let's read the mazes while we're farming more bones. Items, weird substance, which is obtained by fertilizing plants, we know that. Has a strange effect on bushes. If the drone is over a bush and you call use item, the bush will grow into a maze of hedges. The size of the maze depends on the amount of items weird substance used. Second argument of the use item call. Without maze upgrades, using n items will result in an n by n maze. For each maze upgrade level, you need to use an extra n items weird substance to get the same effect. Okay, so to make a full field maze, you want to plant this. I'm just gonna copy this. You want to plant a bush, and you want to get the world size times the unlocked maze level here, and you want to use the weird substance on it. For some reason, the drone can't fly over the hedges, even though they don't look that high. There is a treasure hidden somewhere in the hedge. Use harvest on the treasure to receive gold equal to the area of the maze. If you harvest anywhere else, the maze will simply disappear, which is not good. And get entity type is equal to entities.treasure if the drone is over the treasure, and entities hedge everywhere else in the maze. Mazes do not... Oh, this is kind of important, but we'll see that in a second. Mazes do not contain any loops unless you reuse the maze, which is good. So there's no way for the drone to end up in the same position again without going back. You can check if there is a wall by trying to move through it, and if the move returns true, if it's possible, and if it falls if it's not possible. If you have no idea how to get to the treasure, you can take a look at hint. I don't think I will need it, but we'll see. And for an extra challenge, you can reuse the maze by using the same amount of items weird substance on the treasure again. This will increase the amount of gold in the treasure by one full maze and move it to a this will increase the amount of gold in the treasure by one full maze and move it to a random position in the maze. Isn't that just same as spawning it again? Yeah. Using measure on the treasure returns the position that it will move to as a tuple. Ooh, okay. Each time the treasure is moved, a random wall may be removed from the maze. So reused mazes can contain loops. Okay, so that's the catch. Note that loops in the maze make it more difficult, because it means that you can get to the same location again without moving back. You're reusing a maze doesn't give you more gold than just harvesting and spawning a new maze. That's what I meant. This is 100% an extra challenge that you can just skip, which I'm gonna do for this run. In the full version, we'll see how we do that. Also, write me down in the comments if you want to see some special high efficient codes there, but for now we're just trying to get through the game and get to know the mechanics. The same maze can be solved a maximum of 300 times. This corresponds to 299 relocations. After that, using weird substance on a treasure won't increase the gold in it anymore, and measure will return none. Oh, okay. And as you can see, we're farming weird substance now. But I'm gonna stop this now, because we got stuff to do. Maybe we should... No, that was stupid. I wanted to maybe let the drone farm the weird substance we planted, but that's okay. So I think let's just write some maze code. Let's reset this and create new code. So the spawning of the maze will... Let's just see. So we have a bush here, which is kind of important. So if I have to see how we did that here. If there's... Where do we... Yeah, if there's soil, we want to till it. And I'm gonna call this code maze. And I'm gonna do it like this, and then we wanna plant entities.bush. Does it need to be a grown bush? That's the question. It's over a bush and you call, okay. But I'm just gonna put the code from over there in there like this, and I know that there's too much indentation. Okay, now that should work. Let's see. What if... Okay, we're gonna move it later. Okay, so we have our maze now. Let's write some code which finds the maze. So there's multiple ways to do this actually. As far as I can remember, there are different algorithms. I'm probably gonna go with a keep left. We're just gonna go all the way the left side on the walls. You can also do it on the right side. We wanna just hug the right side, and at some point we're gonna be... Let's do it with the right side. No, it doesn't matter, but like if we just hug the right side, we're gonna eventually get to the treasure. So we wanna... Let's maybe make... No, let's just... While move north... Wait, how does that work? By trying to move through it, if succeeded, and false. Can we do this? Okay, and now it can't move forward, so we have to... Then we wanna turn... We always wanna turn right, I think. So... Okay. We probably wanna have some kind of direction. And then we wanna maybe make an array. I have no... Maybe like this. and we want to have a current direction which equals to 0 at the moment. And then we want to while move in directions of current direction. So we take the current direction, and then the 0 position in that array would be north. And then we want to move in directions current direction. I have no idea if this works, but this is how I would do it. And then we wanna check if there's if get entity type equals entities dot treasure. I'm not sure if that's actually what. Then we want to harvest. Otherwise we want to move. Else we want to move. When we're done with that, we want to make current, or if current, let's see if we can type it, current, let's also make this a little bigger for you. If current direction is smaller or equal to 2, we wanna do current direction and add 1 to it, and else we wanna put current direction to 0. So if it gets bigger than 2, so if it's 3, then we wanna put it to 0 again, because then it's here and it's gonna go north again. And probably we wanna have a catched false, and if we harvest it, then we also wanna put catched equals true. And we wanna do this whole thing while catched equals false. This is how I think it could work. Let's see. Now, what happened here? Wait. If next direction is possible, then we want to turn around, and else we want to let's see. No, why is it not working? Okay, I'm not sure what the problem is. I just thought I would maybe move east a few times. Just to test something. If we got those directions here, and then we move directions and we move 1. Do we move north or do we move east? Which is kind of important. So let's see. Wait, and now we move. Let's move 3. Yeah, okay, so that is actually how this stuff works.
Much later.
Okay, I think I got something that could work, and I want to explain it to you real quick. So basically, we have those 4 directions: north, east, south, west, and we have the current direction. Just imagine the drone facing that direction. So in the beginning it's facing north. We also got 3 helper functions. The one is our right side. So if we're facing 0, so north, this one is gonna give us the direction on the right side of the facing. So if we're facing north, it's gonna give us east. If we're facing south, it's gonna give us west, right? So we're just returning the next higher number, or like just the next one. If we're facing west, it will return north. Same goes with next 2. Next 2 will return our left side. So if we're facing east, it will return north. And if we're facing north, so 0, it will return west. So 3. That's basically what this does. And same goes with the backwards function. Feel free to stop the video and just think about what I did here. And the backwards function is basically the same. It will return the backwards direction. So if we're facing north, it will return south, so 2. If we're facing east, it will return 3, so west. What this does, we can still, didn't change, we can spawn the maze. And now, while we're not over the treasure, we're gonna try to move on our right side, because we want to try and hug the right fence. So we want to move in the direction of next one, so our right side. If that works, we will move there. So if we're, for example, let's see, if we're here, if that works, we're gonna move there and set our current direction in this direction where we just moved. And if that doesn't work, we're trying to go in our current direction. We came from here, so we're gonna try here. Here it would not work. If it works, we're just gonna continue. If it doesn't work, we're gonna try our left side, and if that works, we're setting our current direction left. And if that also doesn't work, we're going backwards again. So if we're here, we went in here, and we can't move here, we can't move here, we can't move left, then we're gonna move backwards. Now we're gonna try and move out again. And actually, as you maybe can see, this works beautifully. And we're now over the maze, which means we can harvest. Let's see. And this works beautifully. It's not the fastest algorithm, there are way faster ones, but also it's not slow, and it does the job. Now, why did I struggle so much? Because it's kind of weird, because like the drone isn't like the right side for the drone can be any direction, which was kind of confusing. But I think this is quite compact code. I'm trying to show you the whole thing so you can, that's the whole thing. Have a look at it and maybe try it out. And also, I think, even though it hurts, but let's expand our farm, but I think that's the last episode in this series. We're gonna play other games in the meantime until we get the full release. And I think that's it. We got to know the game pretty well. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're gonna see each other with the new update, with the full release, I think. I hope. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you.